Have you ever had the feeling that something greater is trying to
Number
communicate
10.
with you,
Gabriel.
but you weren't quite
Gabriel.
sure how to interpret it? Perhaps you've noticed subtle changes around you, a sweet fragrance in the air, an unexplainable light, or even your pet acting strangely. It's not a coincidence. Many ignore these signs, thinking they're simple accidents. But what if I told you that these small details could be manifestations of an angelic presence in your home? It's as if the universe is sending you direct messages, just waiting for you to be attentive enough to receive them. It may seem counterintuitive, but it's not only extraordinary moments that carry spiritual significance. Sometimes, it's in the silence of everyday life that the greatest signs appear, and most people fail to notice them. This comes at a cost. Without understanding these messages, you might miss the chance to live with more peace and tranquility, aligned with your purpose, and connected to divine energy. Wouldn't it be incredible to learn how to recognize and apply these signs in your life, creating a space where the presence of God manifests clearly? If you're wondering how to do this, the answer is simpler than you think. In this content, we'll explore the main signs, from synchronicities to temperature changes, that prove you're not alone but surrounded by a loving and protective energy. Get ready to discover how to decipher these messages and transform your spiritual relationship. After all, recognizing these signs is just the first step. What comes next could change the way you live and see the world. There's something extraordinary about the sense of peace that seems to envelop a space when an angelic presence in your home manifests. It's as if, suddenly, the chaos around you loses its power, and everything becomes clearer, more serene. Imagine coming home after a turbulent day and feeling an invisible yet tangible energy wrapping every corner of your home. It's no coincidence. These are signs of something greater. Have you noticed how this tranquility often comes with small moments of synchronicity that make your daily life feel almost magical? What many don't realize is that this serenity can directly reflect the presence of God. It acts as a reminder that something, or someone, is looking out for you, even when everything seems to fall apart. Think about the last time a tough decision weighed on your heart, yet you found the calm to choose wisely. Perhaps it was more than just luck. Meditating or saying a simple prayer can amplify this feeling, creating a space for peace and tranquility to establish itself more permanently. Interestingly, this sense of peace can be contagious, don't you think? Many people report that after experiencing this energy, they start noticing it in everyday details, in the soft sound of the wind, a sudden ray of light, or even their pet's behavior. The environment changes because you change, and when that happens, harmony becomes a constant companion, paving the way for the next angelic presence to reveal itself. But is that all there is to it? Or does this harmony hide something even more powerful? It's fascinating how unexpected lights can carry so much meaning. Those little flashes of light that appear out of nowhere, often when you're deep in thought, are more than visual phenomena. Many believe they are clear signs of an angelic presence in your home, a luminous reminder that something divine is by your side. These lights can appear as translucent orbs in photos, or as a peculiar glow you can't explain. Isn't it amazing how the invisible finds such concrete ways to manifest? Now, if you've ever noticed these lights while praying or reflecting, know that you're not alone in this experience. Many people report seeing flashes, especially in moments of profound visions or when seeking guidance. It could be as simple as a sunbeam entering your window at an unusual angle, but touching your heart differently, for some reason. The key here is to pay attention. Perhaps it's the universe, or Jesus, aligning you with your true path. What should you do if you start noticing these lights more often? First, don't dismiss the experience as a coincidence. It might be the perfect moment to connect more deeply with the divine. How about lighting a white candle and taking a few minutes to meditate or journal? The candle's flame not only creates an atmosphere of peace and tranquility, but can also amplify this luminous connection. And while you connect with these lights, have you ever wondered what might accompany these angelic signs? Something beyond the light might be trying to convey a precious message. Some changes in the environment are so subtle they go unnoticed at first glance. But what about that sudden shift in temperature? A warmth that softly embraces you, or an unexpected chill that gives you goosebumps? These variations without any apparent cause are often interpreted as signs of an angelic presence in your home. It's as if the atmosphere is being adjusted so you can perceive that something greater is there, connecting you to a higher plane. Isn't it intriguing how this can happen at the most unexpected times, like during a quiet conversation or deep reflection? These changes are more than just physical sensations. They directly impact how you feel. A sudden warmth, for instance, can bring a sense of comfort and protection, almost like being hugged by an invisible force. On the other hand, a gentle chill, often linked to spiritual energy, might be an invitation to stay alert to the signs and synchronicities around you. Some people report feeling these changes during prayer or when asking for guidance, reinforcing the idea that they're not random occurrences, but manifestations of something divine. So, how should you respond to these experiences? A good start is to embrace the moment rather than dismiss it. Perhaps you can use these occasions to deepen your connection with the presence of God, whether through a prayer, an act of gratitude, or a conscious pause to reflect on your journey. These temperature changes often come with other manifestations, like visions or synchronicities, weaving a web of signs that, when carefully observed, may reveal something even more meaningful. And what could that something be? Well, the next signs might surprise you. Finding feathers in unexpected places stirs anyone's imagination. How can you explain a white feather delicately resting on your living room floor or your desk at work? For many, this is one of the clearest signs of angelic presence, a visual reminder that you are not alone. These feathers, particularly white ones, symbolize peace and tranquility and serve as subtle messengers of comfort and divine protection. They appear as if to say, "We are here, looking out for you." But is finding a feather always that simple? Often, these appearances happen at pivotal moments, like after a prayer, during a personal crisis, or even when you're searching for answers. It's as if the presence of God uses elements of the physical world to reconnect you to the spiritual. Some people keep these feathers as talismans, while others see them as invitations to reflect on their life path. Have you ever thought of creating a journal to document these encounters and the feelings they evoke? You may be surprised at how they align with synchronicities in your life. And if the next feather you find is more than just coincidence? What if it's a reminder that you are loved and protected? When you find one, take a moment to express gratitude and seek clarity about what's happening in your journey. Perhaps it's preparing you for something greater, something the following signs will help you uncover. After all, when it comes to angelic communication, nothing is random, and every detail may be part of a larger plan. But could there be more messages waiting for you beyond the feathers? Sometimes, the signs are literally in the air. Have you ever sensed a sweet or floral fragrance out of nowhere, with no apparent explanation? These aromas, often described as soft and comforting, are considered one of the most enchanting signs of angelic presence in your home. Imagine being in the middle of a prayer or deep reflection and suddenly being enveloped by a scent that seems otherworldly. This kind of experience not only sparks curiosity, but also brings an almost immediate feeling of peace and tranquility. What's fascinating is that these scents often appear in meaningful moments, like when you're facing a challenge or seeking guidance. They act as an olfactory reminder that you are cared for by something greater, an invisible gift from a divine presence. Many people associate these fragrances with the support of Jesus or spiritual guides, providing comfort that words alone cannot convey. It's as if the very air around you becomes charged with love and protection. What should you do when these aromas appear? First, pause and pay attention to the moment. It might be an opportunity to deepen your spiritual connection, offering gratitude or seeking clarity about what's on your mind. You can create an atmosphere that encourages this connection, perhaps by lighting incense or a softly scented candle, enhancing the experience of peace and tranquility. These perfumes may also herald other signs, serving as a prelude to visions or synchronicities that are yet to come. After all, when the invisible wants to communicate, even the air can speak. Dreams hold a unique power to transport us to places beyond the reach of the conscious mind. But what about when these dreams aren't just random, but vivid, meaningful, and packed with messages? Often, they are more than subconscious projections. They are signs of an angelic presence in your home, offering guidance and comfort in subtle yet deeply impactful ways. Have you ever woken up with the feeling that a dream held something special, as though it was connected to something divine? These dream experiences frequently include clear symbols or even angelic appearances. It's as if the spiritual world uses the moments when we are most receptive, during sleep, to communicate. Some people report visions and dreams that later unfold as truths in their daily lives, a type of synchronicity that cannot be ignored. To capture the essence of these messages, keeping a dream journal is a powerful practice. Writing down details as soon as you wake up can reveal patterns or guidance you might otherwise miss. And what about visions while you're awake? Some people describe flashes of images or scenes that seem to come from nowhere, accompanied by a sense of peace and tranquility. These moments may be more than mere daydreams. They could be direct messages guiding you through decisions or specific situations. Have you thought about taking time to meditate before bed, or creating a prayerful environment to facilitate these encounters? These dreams and visions often open the door to a deeper level of spiritual connection. But there are still more signs waiting to be discovered. There are moments when the sensation of love and protection is so strong it feels almost tangible. It's like being wrapped in an invisible but unmistakable energy. This feeling of loving presence is one of the most powerful signs of angelic presence in your life. Imagine sitting alone in your home, surrounded by silence, and suddenly feeling as though someone is there, not in a frightening way, but bringing comfort and security. This experience is often associated with the presence of God, reminding us that we are never truly alone. This sensation goes beyond mere emotional comfort. It often comes as a direct response to moments of distress or uncertainty. You might feel immediate relief, as though a burden has been lifted from your shoulders. Many describe this feeling as a spiritual hug, something that transcends logical understanding. When this happens, it's an invitation to pause, breathe deeply, and recognize the synchronicity taking place. After all, this loving presence doesn't appear by accident. It's a reminder that you are being cared for. How can you make the most of these moments? Perhaps it's the perfect time to express gratitude, whether through prayer or simply in thought. You might also enhance this connection by creating an environment of peace and tranquility, such as playing soft music or lighting a candle. These practices not only amplify the sensation of love, but also open the door to other signs, like visions or meaningful coincidences, enriching your spiritual journey even further. And could these experiences extend beyond just feelings? The next sign might reveal something even more tangible. Pets possess a sensitivity that often feels beyond human comprehension. Have you ever noticed your dog staring intently at an empty corner of the room, or your cat behaving unusually for no apparent reason? These reactions are frequently seen as reflections of their ability to perceive spiritual energies, including the angelic presence in your home. It's as if animals can detect vibrations that our senses cannot, responding with curiosity, focus, or even calmness. These moments are rarely random. They often occur in tandem with other signs, such as temperature changes or the sensation of a loving presence. A classic example is when a pet suddenly behaves as if greeting something invisible or cuddles closer to you, as though they sense a protective force nearby. This behavior may very well be the physical manifestation of spiritual energies present to guide and safeguard you. What can you do when you notice these reactions? Observe and embrace the moment with attention. It could be an opportunity to connect with the divine, taking in the calm and peace and tranquility that these signs bring. Create a harmonious environment in your home, one that not only you, but also your pets feel as a spiritual refuge. Even simple actions like praying or meditating alongside your pet can deepen this connection. And are these manifestations through animals the only tangible signs? The next topics may reveal something even more fascinating. How often do seemingly random events occur, leaving you feeling there's a deeper meaning behind them? Synchronicities are those moments that align so perfectly they're impossible to ignore. Think of imagining someone and receiving a text from them at that exact moment, or repeatedly noticing the same numbers on a clock, like 1111. These events are not mere coincidences. They are signs of angelic presence in your life, aligning your path with something greater. It's as if the universe conspires to let you know you're on the right track. These meaningful coincidences carry a special power to bring clarity and reassurance, like a spiritual whisper saying, "Keep going. We are here." Perhaps you've noticed patterns of numbers or unexpected connections that resolve problems you didn't even know needed solving. These moments are often tied to Jesus, subtly sending love and guidance through these intricate alignments. How can you make the most of these synchronicities? Start by recognizing their significance. Keep a journal of these coincidences, noting how they connect to recent thoughts or challenges. This practice might help you uncover a pattern that was invisible before. Additionally, pay attention to the sense of peace and tranquility that often accompanies these moments. They might signal that other signs, such as visions or loving presences, are on their way, forming a greater web of spiritual messages. After all, these moments are just the beginning, leading to revelations even more profound. Few things captivate and intrigue us as much as the sudden appearance of lights or flashes in unexpected moments. These luminous displays, often described as floating orbs or inexplicable rays, leave an immediate impression on those who witness them. They are not just visual phenomena, but clear signs of an angelic presence in your life, gently reminding you of their existence. These lights seem to arrive precisely when you need reassurance the most. Have you ever noticed a strange glow while reflecting on an important question? These manifestations often carry profound meanings. They appear during heightened spiritual connections, such as in prayer or meditation, or even in seemingly mundane moments, like a quiet break in a busy day. These flashes are often accompanied by a feeling of peace and tranquility, as though the light itself carries a message of care and guidance. It's as if the divine is illuminating, literally, the steps you should follow. What should you do when these lights appear? Take a moment to pause and reflect on what you feel or think at that instant. Use it as a chance to deepen your connection to the presence of God, whether through silent prayer or simply allowing yourself to bask in the moment's energy. These flashes rarely appear alone. They often come as part of a pattern with other signs, such as synchronicities or temperature changes, pointing to an even greater spiritual plan. Could these patterns be mere signs, or are they invitations to something much more profound? This question opens the door to even greater revelations. Now that you understand how to recognize the signs of angelic presence in your home, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let these unique moments pass by, or will you embrace the opportunity to transform your spiritual connection? Think about it. How many times have you felt something greater watching over you, but you let it slip by without acting? These signs, lights, fragrances, synchronicities, don't happen by chance. They are invitations, subtle reminders that you can live with more peace and tranquility, aligned with the purpose the universe has for you. But here's the key. Understanding these signs is only the first step. True transformation happens when you apply this knowledge to your life. Imagine how much could change if you started paying attention to divine messages and acted on them. Why not take a moment today to meditate, pray, or simply express gratitude for the energy that protects and guides you? Small actions like these can open doors to even deeper experiences. So, are you ready to embrace this new perspective? If these words resonated with you, don't just read them. Share your experiences. Comment below on what signs you've noticed and how they've impacted your life. And of course, to keep learning and diving deeper into this topic, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's so much more waiting for you. And with every new piece of knowledge, your connection to the divine grows stronger. Are you ready to take the next step?